Originally they were going to come from way up the east.
Yes.
There's a land that is brighter than day, and by faith we can see it afar. For the Father waits over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet.
We came from Precipice Creek down the Reese River Flats by way of Buteman's Road, for we weren't aware of the salute. Indeed, by September the 2nd, stores were erected at Precipice Creek. In September '84, Warden Beetham reported, "I returned on Thursday evening from a visit to the workings at the head of the lake, and I'm glad to report most favourably of the progress of that portion of the district. The population both of the Buckleburn and the 12 Mile is steadily on the increase, and the yield of gold from both places is considerable. While at Buckleburn, I saw one party bottom a small paddock on the bedrock from which 12 ounces was taken. And on Precipice Creek, heavy gold is being taken." We weren't always the most peaceful of communities. Rowdyism could erupt from time to time, especially amongst the paddies. There were a number of Irish who had become rowdy following the visits from the itinerant grog seller. Alfred reported a fracas that erupted outside of his hut. Passions were inflamed by religion, and an argument between Protestants and Catholics resulted in a fight with one man's cheek opened right back to his teeth by the blade of a shovel. But them's was the exception, not the rule. When news reached the head in February 1865 of the West Coast Gold Rush, many miners, including the less stable element, deserted our fields here and mining settled down again. In 1862, sawmilling began in the district with the milling of timber to build the steamer Wakatipu at the mouth of the Greenstone. She was a 60-foot-long beauty. In 1860, politicians. In August 1887, we were forced to hold a meeting here to consider the financial state of the colony. We passed resolutions that included a reduction in the number of government ministers, a reduction in their salaries, education to be free to standard 4 pupils, and that there should be tariff protection. I don't know that we ever did get the satisfaction of a shiny pants. Politicians, they're all the same. We think we can leave here happy in what we see. Progress. The right progress is essential for any community to survive and flourish. We see and we hear good things, good dwellings, businesses doing well, healthy young children, young uns coming up, and a community willing to fight for the values that it believes in. Quality, not quantity, is a good adonym. All the best, Glenorchy, for the next 50 years. Maybe some of us will return in 2062 to celebrate 200 years at the head of the lake. God bless.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well, from this shiny panted politician, you knew I was going to get you back for that, didn't you? I'm absolutely delighted to be here today to share with you all in a celebration of 150 very special years. It's been a great week and weekend around the Whakatapu, and I think we're finishing on a really high note up here with some special activities this afternoon. So all I can say is well done on 150 years, Glenorchy, and we'll look forward to the next 50 years and see you in 2062.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Richard and Vanessa, for that. My brain's gone to mush, I think. We'll start again. At approximately 11:45, we're going to have the judging of the beard growing competition. And then, but right now, Trish is waiting over there. She's got gold digging for the children, primary school children. And just wander around, enjoy yourself. After the beard growing, there's going to be tug of wars and then lunch. And if you've got any questions, please ask and just enjoy yourself. And I'm sorry it's so cold.
Well, we know who's who.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably will see to that. Don't you think?
Yeah.
They can't really have a photo of the guy in the cap and sunglasses.
Yeah, he's got quite a good beard though.
He does, but I'm sorry.
He's showing he's got his... Oh, this is him.
Well, I was wondering if he's going to shave it off or not. I think that should be part of the criteria. You've got to shave it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, you stay there, please. You stay there, please. Weed looks old, doesn't it?
How's it going up there?
Oh, it's a difficult decision.
Oh, it is a difficult decision.
What's the odds? Any favourites or?
I wouldn't like to say.
Wouldn't it?
I think they look stunning.
Okay, so we have a result. The judges have made their decision. And we're not going to shave the beards off here because these guys have had their beards on so long they'll be too cold. Yeah, well, I mean, if you really want to, I'm sure we've got there's some rusty old chairs up there in the hall we could use. So I'll ask the judges to announce the winners and announce the categories.
Yes. Yep. Number 1, feral but friendly. Dweeb.
Oh, God. Enough.
Wild and woolly, Alistair.
You go.
Urban grooming, Willie.
Thank you. Yes.
This one he has to stay around for the next few months with his beard on because it's Father Christmas. And there's no contestant here that can only go one way, Kirky.
For those of you who couldn't see it, the prize is Nivea for men.
Right, the prize for Lady Killer goes to Huss. Him first.
You've got to find them all together.
We had one contestant from Darwin who unfortunately couldn't make it today. But the winner is the best beard, and there's no question of the winner.
John Richards.
Kay, that was Kay. Kiss the beard.
So we want to thank all the contestants and the judges for doing such a wonderful job. And now you can shave them off if you wish. And then next on our agenda we've got a tug of war, some heats, the 6 teams. I hope they're all here. So we'll do the tug of war just out here shortly. Then there'll be a bit of a lunch break, and at 1:30 there will be a group photo. Hopefully right here everybody will join in and we'll do a huge group photo. The way they're all standing at the moment, maybe we're better standing up here and taking a photo of the crowd, but whatever. And if you want other smaller groups, we can accommodate that as well. Lawrence will have photos available for everybody if anybody's wanting details about that, but we'll talk about that later. And there was gold digging over here for the kids. I don't know whether that's still going on or whether that's finished. And there'll be a lolly scramble after lunch and 1 or 2 other things. So just enjoy yourself, and we'll just get the tug of war underway shortly.
Face lost all expression. Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold up, know when to hold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep, 'cause every hand's on.
Are we bringing back Kai?
It wasn't until I noticed one day the knees started to be inside, I thought, the knee's not meant to be in that way. checked out. Jim card it was the first time I went there. I hospital gave me some painkillers, the doctor, now I found out his home again. She flew off the weekend. The two nurses, took me back in town and said, we're not taking him again, you keep me here. Then they decided they better do an x-ray on him. Since they did an x-ray, I wasn't allowed to do any damn thing. I wasn't allowed to stand up again. Too many people there rushing around, kick them out the door as quick as you can. You'd have thought they'd have done an x-ray. I was actually quite proud of it. We even tried to catch a wheelchair off the hospital. We wouldn't give it to them.
You know what? We live next door to them. Yes. Have you seen, you know when you just go up and you go up the street today, up to there. So you see, we're neighbours. Yeah. Hey, you keep taking some new photographs, alright? Promise? Time you're down here, you bring these photos, bring some new photos out, you come and find me, you can come and show me the photos. Will you do that? Okay.
Oh, did you go? Go, honey.
Now, I wonder if you
It'll get inside out of the cold wind. So I thought I would like to start by quoting from the rules of the Glenorchy Public Library from 1911. And the rules are: subscription is 5 shillings yearly payable in advance. Rule number 1, no subscriber to have more than 2 volumes at once. Rule number 2, no subscriber shall keep any volume longer than 1 month. Number 3, any subscriber who allows a book to be torn or disfigured by negligence will be liable to the committee to either replace it or pay for it. And all issue of books to that subscriber will be stopped until restitution is made. Number 4, any subscriber who is found lending library books to a non-subscriber renders him or herself liable to have his or her name struck off the list.
No different now.
By order of the committee, and it's signed Henry Scott, Honourable Secretary. So I am probably just as bossy a librarian as my great-grandfather.
Here, here.
Yeah, no rules in my library. Yeah. The library this building began its life at the Reese Valley School in 1892. If it was still there, it would make life much easier for the current librarian who exhibits a family tendency towards tardiness. It might not be quite so late for library duty if it was a bit handier. However, it was shifted to this location in 1952 as the population of the head of the lake focused around the township of Glenorchy. Originally, it was intended that the library should be placed on the school block opposite here, but for some reason the Ministry of Education of the time declined permission. Fortunately, this site was obtained instead from the Department of Lands and Survey, and a prime CBD location it is. The library was run from this fabulous little building by local volunteers until 1996, when our new council-funded library opened in the new community building next door. Glenorchy does not abound in historic buildings, so it has been really wonderful to be able to preserve this one, which is a special building to the community and is probably one of the most photographed buildings in the district. We would like to acknowledge the generous sponsorship of the Central Lakes Trust, the Community Trust of Southland, and the head of the Lake Community Church Trust. And to thank Mike Kingan, who's here today, our restoration expert builder, for his hard work. Many thanks also to Neil Lewis and the Ferris family for supplying and sponsoring the new glass vestibule, which now allows people to step into the library and have a good look at the room and the old books. And we'd also like to thank Rosie Ferris and the diverse members of her family for cleaning the library in anticipation of this event, so it should be spotless in here. So, yes, thank you. So it gives me
choose either of you.
Go for it, Mary. Give it the works.
Yep. Oh.
Good work, Mary.
Can't waste the string.
No, you keep.
Should we use that to tie up our roses?